going through the midst of them. So he walked through the midst of them, but they didn't see him. Very interesting. So here's Jesus, and he said, before Abraham was, I am. You know, Jesus said, whatever I only do, whatever I see the Father do. What he meant by that was, by seeing through revelation knowledge, getting out of what we see with these eyes here, and we choose to look beyond and see in the supernatural realm of God, see through the eye of faith. I believe Jesus saw before they in Mark chapter 4, before he and the disciples left the shore, got in the boat to go to the other side, I believe Jesus saw the madman who was possessed by a demon spirit, several demon spirits, a legion. And I believe he saw himself acting out the delivering power of Almighty God through him and that demonic man going free. But he only saw that because he chose to stay connected with the supernatural power and the force of faith that only God provides. If you choose to decide to only look through these eyes and allow that to be the final word, the final authority, the final decision in your life, you will not have a vision from God to see what you can do way beyond that, but only by his power. Jesus said, I only do what I see the Father do. See the Father do, not with these eyes, but by revelation knowledge, choosing to stay connected through intimacy and walking in faith and trust in Almighty God, that he was able and equipped to do those things that he saw in his spirit the Father do. And so he just acted them out. Sometimes we complicate faith. Faith is acting out what you see inside of here, inside of your spirit. And you act that out. You just take one step in that direction, and as you do, more revelation knowledge will be given to you. We, as children of God, are required to walk in the light that we have. That's why it is a dangerous thing for someone to go to a meeting, a conference, a church gathering, and there's revelation knowledge given out by whoever the instrument of God, the office of God, whoever that is, speaking. And if you sit under that and you leave and you don't act that out, you are responsible, and I am responsible for the light that we've been given. And if we choose not to walk in the light that we have been given, the light that we do have will be taken away. Jesus said that. When we are taught revelation knowledge, taught things and shown things by the Spirit of God in the Word, and we make a choice not to walk in that, the knowledge that we have will even be taken away. We live from glory to glory, from faith to faith, from here to here, and here, and here. That's how we as Christians live. We don't stay down here. As babies, we are told to desire the sincere milk of the Word. But we grow as our palate acquires a taste for the pure, sincere milk of the Word. Eventually, that's not enough. And our palate desires something more. Then there's meat of the Word. And then there's strong meat. You see this level, to this level, to this level, to this level. And therefore, we are required to grow. Grow in grace. Grow in revelation knowledge. We are to hunger and thirst for the things of God. And when we don't, we are rebelling against that hunger that God has put in every individual, every person. That's why people try to seek a high, a comfort, a peace in drugs, alcohol, pornography. They're looking for something to fill that hunger that they have with other things, but it's never satisfying. There's no eternal satisfaction. The more you hunger for God, the hungrier you are. The more He feeds you, the more you want to be fed. It's a beautiful thing. So Jesus was trying to teach the Pharisees and the scribes some revelation, trying to impart to them. But they would have nothing to do with it. They called him a liar. Wanted to know, who do you think you are? Wanted to know, well, how in the world can that be? You're not even 50 and you're telling us you know Abraham? And Jesus answers back and says, Abraham already saw me. Well, I believe he saw him in Genesis 22 when he looked off in the distance. No wonder he could say with such boldness, the boy and I will be back. You can't do things like that. You can't make such bold statements with such faith if you don't have revelation knowledge and you haven't seen something beyond what these eyes will allow you to see. It's impossible because if your mind is attached to what this carnal world has to offer, there's limits. But with God and in the Spirit, there is no limit. There's no limit. Now let's go to John chapter 5, verses 19 and 20.